manga with such a suspicious-looking title lying out in the open like this? Let's start with history first, class.
Hey,
Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history. Then what's the first you ask? That depends on the person. So just as I thought, Monokuma made this. It totally explains how suspicious it looks. I really want to just ignore it, but, I mean, there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. I'll look at anything that might be a clue to getting out of here, no matter what it is. Look at- she's got fangs! It's totally just generic anime girl number 7! I picked a manga up off the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy history, as narrated by the cutesy character on the front. It's like being stuck in a dream and accepting the weird reality of the dream. Yeah, it's like the Matrix, how like they accept that it's the real world because they've been given no reason not to, if you know what I mean. The story begins with an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy is a government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders in various industries. Like, oh, this place was made by map developers? Oh, okay. I get you, Sal. I understand now. It's like once a Neo actually... when you wake up and you're like, oh, wait, I can't fly. Yeah, I get you. It's like when Neo, like, knows what the Matrix is, and he's like, oh, I can dodge bullets. It's just kind of like, oh, yeah, I can just do this thing. It's impossible. Built to raise hope, yeah. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hope's Peak Academy's teachers, who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hope's Peak Academy isn't just a school for talent, it's also a school for researching talent as well. Wait, what? However, for the past few years, Hope's Peak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. Oh, hey, I'm a god now, yeah. Oh, hey, I'm Jesus now. I mean, that's... Neo's a Jesus figure. If you didn't know that, I'm just gonna drop that knowledge bomb there. The entire thing is just all Jesus metaphors. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make any progress with their research of talent, so they decide to implement a new system. The Reserve Department. Unlike the main department who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired. What? I don't... That grammar there throws me off. I feel like normal faculty were hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most high schools. Nevertheless, Hope's Peak Academy received an endless streams of applicants. Hope's Peak Academy was now available to talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. My brand. With this, Hope's Peak Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began further research of talent. To create Hope's Peak Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who would become mankind's hope. But just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. Is that the tragedy? The incident that triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. So, what triggered it? That's right, it was the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy was crippled by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. Oh, the tragedy of Hope's Peak was when they just killed all those people in that classroom. I remember that from the first one. The end. Oh, cool. Huh? The ending was so sudden, like a manga that suddenly canceled in the middle of its run. Plus these phrases mentioned at the end of this manga, the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak. The names are so melodramatic. There's no way these incidents really happened, right? This manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but it'd just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of the manga. The Reserve Department. That department was only built to collect money. I was one of those Reserve Corps students, right?
but hold on.
Hmm? That's weird. Oh, you're here again. The thing that's weird is you, of course. What?
Hey,
Why'd you forget that you're part of the Reserve Department? Yeah, why? What? He didn't have a talent. Maybe his talent is that he can remember. He's the ultimate rememberer. The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? Well, you should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So I just think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that, too. What do you want me to say? Like,
by the way,
based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those Reserve Corps students.
I got it!
Or you willingly sealed those memories yourself when the ultimate rememberer forgets his talent. Exactly, because if he forgot that he's the ultimate rememberer, they would have to take away that he could remember. What am I saying? Huh? You wanted to be confident in yourself, So you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase their memory of what happened. Well, it's not erase, it's repress, which is basically erase, but it's still there. I mean, erase implies it's gone. That happens pretty often. Not that I know anything about that, though. Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it.
Come on.
When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a reserve course student. Oh, I'm sick burn, dude. Damn it. What the heck? Oh. 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 Wait, that looked different. That looked more like the first game's truth bullets. Like it wasn't like weren't I don't know. Weren't the bullets in this like more pixelated? Like that seemed very round. Again, I could be wrong. Okay, so let's see. Someone passed Hajime the burn cream? Yeah, exactly. You're getting angry because you're stupid. Hey, what are you doing here?
What's going on?
This hallway, it's kind of creepy. I can't. Whoa. So I can't. So I just can't read sometimes. I could be wrong. I could also be right. I could also just be talking out of my ass. I may be right. I may be crazy, but it may just be a lunatic that you're looking for. Those weren't the words of the song in the right order, but. I can't go to places I should be able to go. It's like some rules being forced for no reason. It's like there's an invisible wall or something. Huh, what if there actually is an invisible wall? Can I finally go to the freaking science room? Where can I go? I guess I can try to go to the garden. Are the classrooms open? The one classroom's open. The garden's closed, right? Yeah, okay. So I have the one classroom I can go to. Because the highest one is murder classroom, and then it's just two regular classrooms. Is there a doll in here? I'll look in the rafters again. Also, why is everything tiger print? That's weird. I don't see a doll. Alright, this is another manga. It's laying on top of the desk. This one is Manga for Morons, The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, huh? Who is that person, and why are they holding a gun? Wasn't the Tragedy of Hope's Peak mentioned in that other manga, too? Places will unlock one by one from each room I go in. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Is that why Hope's Peak Academy went bankrupt? And why the trigger for the most biggest, tragicestest, awfulestest event in human history? It's Giraffe? Oh. That is the same thing! One goes rar, one goes... What's... What sounds do giraffes make? I'm genuinely curious now. Oh! DJ!
I've done IT.
DJ! You madman! Thank you so much for all those bits! You're a legend! You destroyed Rin! You're on top now, DJ! Dang! That's a lot. You're a cool dude. Man, can I get some B and then close parentheses on in chat? Cause I don't have my email yet. Yeah, it's some I gotta clicking out's weird. What about the people we've lost? Yeah, DJ. What about that? Never forget. You have to fix the message now. You have to cheer again. See what I can learn about the event known as the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. You're gonna put in 1001, Kirby? Do it, I dare you. The story made heavy use of outdated, stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. DJ will lose it. What's written here is... That works too, Salvation. As the name suggests, the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy occurred at Hope's Peak Academy. Wow! Also, I learned about this the other day, and by learned about it, I meant I read an email that I didn't actually, like, you know, look at. Is that it is, quote-unquote, December. That's what I'm gonna call it, because I don't think they called it that. If you sub to someone for the first time, the first month, it's 20% off. I don't know, just spreading the news, because only people who, can get subs, I think, got the email. And if you don't click on the button, you wouldn't know. The key player in that event was a student named Izuru Kamukura. That's a new name. Izuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope Peak Academy used all the resources to develop him. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. What? Who? But that's not Makoto! To protect such rare talent, the Academy had completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Was it a new name? Is it not a new name? I don't remember hearing about that before. It's not Mukuro Ikusaba. Did they talk about this boy at all? The Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origin and identity. Well, I think from that statement that is a new name. Because of that, most of the students in the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who is known as a symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy Student Council, among the Academy's best and brightest. No, okay, I'm sorry. Were brutally murdered by Izuru. However, the incident didn't end there. New name? Okay. The Academy tried to protect Izuru's superior talent and concealed the incident as though it never happened. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. You mean Junko? The student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that public knowledge, it stoked the fires of the reserve corps students who'd long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated, and the uprising began, and that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. So, the tragedy of Hope's Peak was the people who were killed was by Izuru, Izzy, killed by Izzy, and the reserve course overthrew everybody else? That makes sense. That is the entirety of the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Eventually, that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. Who's to say Makoto really is the ultimate hope? I guess they did just call him that. Like, I guess it wasn't, like, official. Like, they just called him it. That's a nice fish with arms you got there, Kirby. The incident would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. We're excited. Danganronpa 0. What? You wanna come again? You wanna tell me what that is? With a heavy sigh, I closed the manga. Is that like Fate Zero? Is that a reference to that? Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Peak Academy. It's a Japan-only thing? Oh, no. Is that the online thing yet? Oh, no translation yet? Ah, dang. What irony! For a genius known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident, a talent like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. You should be lucky that you're incompetent. Damn, Monokuma's fucking savage today. Damn it, he always had to lead up to something offensive. He seriously pisses me off. There's a non-official translation? Oh man, I'll look at it after this. But ultimate hope. Nagito mentioned that before too, but it looks like it means something completely different here. What Nagito said was the true meaning of hope, but for Izuru, Izuru? I'm gonna go with Izuru, because it's like Izuku, so Izuru. Terry. Terry, that's just mean. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. I wish they'd given me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. That's right, the reserve department! Here it said the reserve corps students in the reserve department began uprising. How's the game going? Alex, I don't know what's going on at all. Then what about me? Was I a participant too? It's not possible. There's no way. I have no reason to do something like that. Izuru equals like Izuku's best anime? Exactly. Izuru. No, Terry, it wasn't rude. It was just kind of funny. I'm sorry. It wasn't rude. I just thought it was really funny. We just learned about the tragedy in Danganronpa 0. Yeah, true. Anyway, I've learned about the tragedy of Hope's Academy, but the biggest, most awful, tragic event in human history is far worse incident, right? Yeah, so it's, the reserve course uprising, and, like, about how the reserve course, like, why it existed. What kind of incident was it? And who's this other student that isn't Izuru? A certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage. Who is that? It's Junko! Danganronpa 1 is really glitchy in this engine. Yeah, man, I don't know why they're trying to run the game through this. This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. The mysteries just keep piling up. There's no doll in here. I don't see it. I don't see it on the rafters, I don't see it on the ground. I'm gonna go with there's no doll. I don't think I'm blind enough that I don't think I could do it. A violin. Yeah, look, violin. Is okay. It's really okay. That's normal. No doll. Okay. I looked everywhere, so if I was wrong, then